Okay, so here we are going to be doing another couple of examples of how to do the cross, just to make sure that everyone is getting across how to do that, pun intended. So this is our red center. As I've touched on before, this is the face that's going to be entirely red. So what I have here is a really frustrating example, and it's one that's worth touching on. So this is the white and red edge. Now, what I didn't make explicitly clear before was that the parts that are going to make up the cross are going to be parts of the cube. So this is what's called an edge, where there are only two stickers on it. So that's the white sticker and the red sticker. So what's actually happened here is this is actually in the right spot, because that is where red meets white. However, as you can tell, the sticker itself is actually the wrong way around. So the way to get around that is as follows. The way I do it, which you don't have to follow this way exactly, but this is just a way that I know that works. So because it's on top of where it actually will need to go, we'll need to pick a way. So I like to go to the right. So you rotate the top around, and then you bring this white edge on top down so that it's level with the white center. So all we've done is, that's where it was. I picked away, so I've decided to go to the right hand side of the cube. I've brought it down so it now matches with the white. And then, because this is our red edge that needs to go into here, all we need to do is spin the front like so, and it goes into where it needs to go. So that's one example of how to get a tricky edge piece where it needs to go the right way. So what has thankfully happened as a result of that is that we now have two parts of the cross. So we've got this one and this one. However, white is on white, but in this case we've actually got yellow on green. So the easiest way that I like to fix this is the following way. I spin it twice on the front. So 1, 2. Now what's going to happen is we'll take that back. It is currently yellow on green. What we're going to do when we spin it around twice, so we go 1 and 2, it's still those two colors, it's still green and yellow. However, if I change that center to the yellow one, so the way I would do that is to rotate the bottom around until it now matches the correct color. When I then double spin it, 1, 2, I've actually got the yellow on the yellow. Coincidentally, and that wasn't supposed to happen, the green has also gone on top of the green, and sometimes you get that, which is always a good help. So what we've got here is our last piece of the cross, which is the red and blue. This will be eventually. And so I look for the side that's got two stickers that have red and blue on them. So that is right here in front of us. That is the red and the blue edge there. So if I just simply put it into where it needs to go, you'll notice that what's actually happened is we have done exactly what we had in the first step, which was it's in the right spot, but it's the wrong way around. So how do we do that? Well, we need to make sure that we're not going to stuff up the other three that are already in the right spot. So when we rotate the cube around on the top, remember how I said you pick one side to go, so I went right. When you bring it down, you now have the two blues matching here, and the red is on the side. So it's ready to go into here. However, we've actually, when we rotate it around on the top, we've pushed out all these other ones out of where they're supposed to go. So we need to fix that first. So by quickly fixing that, putting them back, now we've got yellow on yellow, got green on green, white on white, and our blue is now in the right spot. So there's another example of how we have got the cross. We might go through one more. So I'll quickly just jumble this up. Not going to worry too much about whatever's happening. Okay, so I found my red. There it is in the top. Okay, I know that if I push this one straight up into there, I've now got 1 out of the 4. So that was nice and easy. Normally, if you just keep spinning one of the sides enough, you'll eventually come across one that will just fall into place. So that's always the easiest place to start. So because that's happened, I now look, is the center the same as the color that I've just put in? So in this case, no, it's not, because yellow and green do not match. So I need to rotate the top of my cube around so that they do match. Okay, so what else can we see here? So this one here is the white and red edge. So this edge here actually needs to go all the way over here. So the way that I normally do that is 1, 2, send it down to the bottom, and then when I double spin on the bottom again, it's now put it in the right spot so that when I double spin, we've got the white and red edge is in where it needs to go. However, as we've said before, it's in the wrong spot. So it's good because it gets us to practice how to put it in correctly. So we go around to the right, down, so that we match them. Now we need to remember that we've bumped this one out, so we need to fix it first. So now our green's good, and then we will put in the white. So you've got white on white, green on green. We've got 2 more to go. So here's one here already. You've got the yellow and the red edge. So the way to do that, same sort of thing. You bring it down so that they now match, and then you rotate the front so that it goes in where it needs to go. So you've got yellow on yellow, green on green, white on white, and we need blue. The blue-red edge needs to go into there. Thankfully for us, it's already in a position where all we need to do is put it in. So the easiest way to do that is like so. We rotate the front, and he has gone in where we need him to go. I hope that has sort of shed a bit of light as to how to get the cross. Now, just by watching this video, you won't have learnt entirely how to do it, and there are little shortcuts that you can learn along the way. So I encourage you to just keep jumbling it up, just sort of quickly make a cross, and then go and do it again. So I'll just go through one really sort of quickly so you can see the way that I do it. So I'll go, okay, so there's red and white edge is where it needs to be. I'll put this one around. Oh, there's my red and yellow edge is in the wrong way. So I'll put it down, fix what I've done, and across. There's the blue-red, so if I double spin that, that's all well and good. So now I've got yellow and white are both good, so I rotate around, bring that down, fix what we've done first on the top. And so now I've got blue, white, yellow, and here's our last green, red edge, 1, 2, and it's in. So with practice, you do get a lot quicker. What I just did for you then was not the quickest that I do it, obviously, but I hope that it was sort of fast enough for you to sort of see how quick you can do it, just as a beginner, if you really get down pat how to move the cube and that sort of stuff. So just key things to remember: the centers need to match the corners, the edges, sorry, of the cross. So here's our red cross on top. We know that this is going to be the red side because that's the center, and you've got yellow on yellow, green on green, white on white, and blue on blue. Now, this first step is sometimes the hardest one to learn because you're still trying to figure out how the cube moves, whether it goes this way, whether it goes on top, all this sort of stuff. So these first couple of videos are going to be a little bit longer, but you will get quicker as you go, as you learn how the cube moves, and you'll pick up little hints yourself. So that's the first step, the cross.